What is everyone? It is DJ Garcia. Today we are breaking down my newest song called Ready Up, the third song out of 4 that I'm releasing before the album End Era that comes out on April 20th. Early on, I made this one. I think it was Ready Up, Realm. That might have been it. I think it was between the two. Those were like super early on. What I'm trying to say is it's kind of a blur as to what the whole process was of this song. But if the album isn't out at this point in time of watching this video, you'll see on the track list that this song is somewhat towards the end of the album, because right before it's kind of like my finale-ish type songs of the album, and it was kind of why we named it Ready Up. The album or the songs will have some like kind of game references or aesthetics. My first single was called Level 1. I do have a Level 2 and a Level 3 on the album. Those ones are not out yet. And then we have something like this called Ready Up, which is a kind of a common phrase in video games to ready up and then start the game. But let's start off with the intro and where it starts. I pretty much have and then we have like the the Stranger Things type beat. At this point, I already put that sound on an octave higher, so it's gonna sound like this. But during that intro, we pretty much just have a cutoff, so it sounds even cooler. So we pretty much just add our drums. I got 2 kick drums and 2 snares and 1 clap. I don't remember doing that. So here on Serum, our intro bass, the octave is just set at 0. But then once the drums come in, we actually set it up 1 octave to 1. So you can kind of hear a slight difference. It's kind of like higher pitch. And then it goes up 1 more octave. And I think it was something that I did by mistake. I didn't really know. I was just kind of messing with this these buttons right here, and I just kind of found like that whistle type sound, and I liked it, so I kept it in. And then during the second part of all this too, I have this sound that I actually use in quite a lot of my songs. It's from Flex. So all together it would be like this. And then from there, we get into our first build-up. So I'm going to talk about the build-up real quick and our first drop, or, main part or chorus, whatever you want to call it. But this entire drop right here, I want to talk about this. So the structure of this song is very different. I actually did it before in an older song that I did called Blackout. And I kind of followed the same structure. But this song has 2 drops. There's one build-up, and it goes into this drop. And then later, it goes this build-up, and then a second drop. I love when the first drop is very simple. It's a very simple, very minimal sounds. It could still be kind of cool. My favorite thing to do is to have it just super simple. So that's why it's actually more quiet during this part, if you guys have listened to the song. The second drop, if you guys have already listened to the song Ready Up, we take that same drop that I just showed you here, but for the second drop, we add more elements. So the first drop is very calm, minimal sounds, it's kind of quiet, and then the second drop just takes the same thing, but now it's much more crazier, more sounds, and that's why this drop is not so all that exciting just yet. I like to save it for the second drop. I love using this sound too. It's called Grum on here on Serum. You pretty much will use this cutoff to make it sound like how it does in the song. So once we kind of get through that section, we kind of get to the end of the drop, and it kind of leads us into our second kind of instrumental part. That felt really dumb to say. The whole song is an instrumental. But I like to take a riser And then I'd like to chop it up into like little moments where it kind of mutes. The song is a 101 BPM, so like I feel like it just kind of matches really well. So then we bring it back to kind of like that very first section when the drums first came in, and then we get into our second build-up. This one, I wanted to do something very different. This is yet another thing I love to do. So I just told you that the tempo is 101 up here, but once this drop hits, the tempo immediately switches down. It goes down to 72 beats per minute, and as it builds up, it goes back to the original 101. So it starts getting faster as it's going, and it's such a cool effect. It just slows everything down. I think it puts the listeners focus right on it, like what just happened. I don't know where I came up with the gun idea. I think it's because I knew the song was called Ready Up. So I was thinking like a video game of like getting ready. So I put all these reloading sounds in there. And then we hit the actual drop, and I will explain that this drop right here, the second part, it's the exact same as the first one. I just add more elements to it. As I was explaining earlier, I like the second drop to sound even crazier than the first. So like it's the same, simple, but now we just have more, and there's more things to notice. I have all these percussion instruments added finally. Another favorite thing of mine to do, and I do this in like damn near all of my songs. There's a sound from Flex called JX8 that I mentioned earlier, and it pretty much will sound like this. So the moment that sound plays, the pitch goes down, so you'll hear it like this. And then we also have this crazy like growl that we had made. So the drop will pretty much sound like this. And then from there, we kind of go into that one section again where like the riser's chopped up. The outro is like the reverse of the intro. I know that sounds dumb, but we pretty much play the chords again, but now the filter is cutting off for real, and you'll hear it just die down. But that is my song, Ready Up. I like the song. It's not like, I don't think my greatest song ever. I don't love it. I really make songs. It truly is for me first. Like I will always be the one. If I like it, then I love it, and I don't care what anyone says, honestly. I just make music because it's fun, I enjoy it, and when I make a cool song, I just feel so proud. Like, I'm like, wow, I can't believe I made that. Especially when I get songs with artists and rappers and singers, and then it comes out sounding really good, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I made that. So the song may not be one of my favorites, but I still enjoy it, and I still put in work into it, and yada yada. But this was Ready Up. It is the third song out of 4. We have one more, and then after that song comes out, we have our full album End Era coming out April 20th. We will be live streaming it, the whole thing from beginning to end, a day before on April 19th on Twitch. So if you're not following my Twitch, go follow that. If you're not in the Discord to get reminders when that day gets closer, join the Discord. Keep your eyes open for my 4th single from the album coming out on March 29th. If you guys liked the video of this breakdown from Ready Up, please give it a like. It would really help me out. Comment down below. Let me know if you want to see more. And if you want to see more of my channel, please subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.